Welcome to the Brasileiro podcast, and today on the show we're going to be discussing Brazil's 3-0 win against France. And people, I know on paper it sounds like a good game. Maybe we saw some progress, maybe we saw some things we can learn, but in my opinion, we saw none of that. Listen, I like the performance. We needed the win to get some confidence going into the Confederations Cup, and I think a win's most important. So I'm not going to be a complete Debbie Downer here like most people are. I can't believe some of the stuff I'm reading. They're acting like Brazil lost 3-0. But here's my main point with this. I didn't see enough in the final third of France. I know France was playing a 4-1, 4-1, so I know it was compact, and Benzema was even dropping back into the midfield at times. So I know the formation was compact, but Brazil's got to be better with breaking these solid formations down, because that's what they're going to be seeing at the World Cup. A lot of guys playing defense, a lot of teams focusing on counterattack, and you're mostly going to get the two banks of four at the very least. If you're lucky, you might get more than that defending. So that's something Brazil needs to work on, the creativity in the final third. I thought Neymar had one of his worst games for the Seleção, even though people make good games he has out into crappy games. But I thought he was a little slow moving the ball. I didn't like his matchup with Debuchy. I felt like Debuchy got the better of him. Debuchy was playing physical, man-marking, European-style type soccer, and I don't think Neymar struggled with it. I just didn't think Neymar got the better of him today. But Neymar did have a really nice assist to Hernanes, so I think people need to take that into account when analyzing his performance. What I gotta say, Paulinho, he was all right in the center. I'm still not liking these Valancia pairings, and how the first goal was set up was actually off a counterattack with a phenomenal tackle by Luis Gustavo, and then Fred crossed it to Oscar, and Oscar might be the most impressive player on this team right now, and he might be the most consistent. I didn't like what I saw out of Dani Alves and Marcelo again. I really think this team would have been in trouble without the performance of Oscar. I don't think Oscar's going to be the guy to carry this team in Confederations Cup, but I do believe he's going to be an integral part if this team has any success. So we need to watch his role in the Confederations Cup and how Philly Pound's going to use him. Fred, the debate goes on. I thought Fred played a pretty good game, not his best, but I know people are still calling for him to be removed and maybe come off as on the bench. But did you see the guy we had in replace of him? Joe, it's just horrible. That shows how thin this team is at the number 9 position. And Philly Pound's going to be playing the number 9 in the Confederations Cup and probably in the World Cup. So people just need to accept that issue. But listen, this back four is a serious issue right now, because if France even attacked, we would have saw the holes that still haven't been fixed. So as I said, I want to have a positive view of this game. I'm having a pretty positive view, mostly because it was a win. But listen, I can't have that positive view when I look at this back four, particularly Dani Alves. And I already trashed Dani Alves on the last show, so I don't need to get into that because the same problems persist. And Hulk didn't have his best game, but I think Hulk would be better off the bench with Lucas Moura starting instead of him. And I think the Valancia pairing, it can't be, Paulinho can't be Primero Valanche, as Miguel 86 said last week. He's going to need to be the second Valancia or second center midfielder in there, and you're going to have to play a guy in front of him like Luis Gustavo. I know a lot of people want Hernanes from the start, but I don't think he's tactically disciplined enough, and I don't think he can help on the defensive ends of things. And plus, I felt like Hernanes was slowing down the ball movement, because I feel like every time he gets the ball, he traps the ball and just waits and slows down the pace of the game. Instead of getting the ball and moving it to the left or right or moving it forward, he just will wait, trap the ball, and wait some more, which slows down the attack. And that was one of the problems we had in the final third with Neymar. He was slowing down the attack. He isn't attacking the bylines. He isn't taking anyone one-on-one successfully. And a lot of what we do down the flanks just doesn't work, and it's really predictable. We need to attack from the middle more, and that's what I feel like we should watch for the Confederations Cup. How can we generate some attack down the middle and maybe surprise to get to the wings consistently? I think you have to have good ball movement in the middle and surprise them, and you got to draw the defenders into the middle to be able to attack the wide areas. And plus, with people like Daniel Alves, who are just going to the middle of midfield when he's supposed to be attacking that flank, that's not helping. And Hulk cuts in every time, so we're not getting width on that side either. And I heard someone mention that he felt like he was watching England, because pretty much all Brazil would do is get the ball to the wing and lob and across, and just do that every time with no sophisticated ball movement or anything different, and a very predictable style of play. But I like what we saw, a win, and let's see what we can do in the Confederations Cup. There will be more videos coming after those games. Follow me at LA Lawson91 on Twitter, no spaces, LA Lawson91 on Twitter, and keep in touch. I'll respond to the comments, of course.